Good morning, Facebook family. Thank you for joining me in another episode of Tea and Talk. As a matter of fact, we have only 2 more weeks. We have this week and we have next week. So this is it's going to be bittersweet moment, but it has been a great ride. It has been an awesome ride. Now, when I'm by myself, I take the opportunity to put the StreamYard link. So if anyone wants to join in, there is a comment. I hope this person is not saying that they are not hearing me. Oh, good morning, Sister Yolene. Thank you, thank you. So that means that you're hearing me clear, loud and clear. So that's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now I will add the copy this and I'm going to add it. So paste and it's added. Okay, it's added, it's there. So the StreamYard link is there that if anyone wants to chime in with today's topic, they are welcome to. And also to please in the comment section, whatever you feel about this topic, don't be bashful, write it in. I have learned the best way to grow is by comments. You know, when you get comments, whatever it is, positive, negative, you grow, you grow. If somebody tells you something and it was like when they say sustain and improve, and if I tell you something to improve and you're pouting about it, there is a problem. If somebody tells me what I need to improve on, thank you, let me work on it, let me get it right, let me do it. So it's there, it's out there. Okay, so now moving on to today's wonderful, wonderful segment. Okay, as always, I will start with my disclaimer. Today's topic is about relationship breakups. I have dealt with breakups, so it will be on a personal level. Also, I do my research. So, most of what I'll talk about today, again, it's personal and research. I am not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, so I am not equipped to talk about it on a professional level. However, I am very equipped to talk about it on a personal level because I have been through a breakup. So what I'm going to talk about now is things that I went through and things that I read about online. So again, I say this is my disclaimer. I am not saying like I am here being a doctor professing that this is doctor stuff. This is personal stuff and this is my research. Also, let's get into the Bible because I love my Bible reference. I love my Bible reference. When I get into the Word, I said, you know what? When you get into the Word and you know the Word, you know it. You see what the last one is? Forgive, forgive, forgive. So that's why my Bible verse comes from Luke 6:27 to 28. So I'm going to read it verbatim. I'm not going to do the not reading it verbatim. So, King James Version, Luke 6:27 to 28. But I say unto you, which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you, bless them that curse you, and pray for them which despitefully use you. Yes, hurt you. Yes, they use you. But still, we have to love. We definitely have to love. Okay. I chose a quote and it's an unknown. It's no one said it is just a quote that is very much unknown, but some will say, you know what, I have heard this before, so I'm going to read this one. Don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it. I love that. Don't cling to a mistake just because you spend a long time making it. So that's, I mean, When you stay in something for a long time that you know you ain't got no business staying, but you just stay in either for fear or for you scared to be alone or whatever it is, we just got to find ways that we need to regroup. All right. I'm going to have a nice twist this morning in getting to know me. Since this is my second to last show, I have been on here for a couple months. I was off for 3 months, but the months that I was on here, I said things to get to know me. So now it's my viewers' chance to say, you know what? All the time that I've been watching Hermie, what did I learn about Hermie? So either you call it in using the link or you type it in, what have you learned about Hermie? So I'll give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Just type in what have you learned about Hermie for the time that I've been on here or for knowing me from before. What have you learned about Hermie? I'm giving 30 seconds. I'm watching the ticker. So when the ticker reaches to 8:30, I will move on to my next topic. So right now I'm giving 30 seconds. 30 seconds go by fast. So anyone to tell me what do they know about me? Because I have said a lot about me. I have said a lot. Because I started with three things and then I said, you know what, that's too much. That's too much. So I took it down to one. So someone said, let's see what someone wrote that they know about me. You are a wonderful friend. Well, thank you. That's a good one. Okay, we got 5 more seconds. Okay, so no one wants to say what I know about Hermie. Oh my God, we have. Do we have bashful, or do we have? What do we have? Do they feel that Hermie cannot take? Like I says in the beginning, improvement is where it's at with me. You know, as an NCO, when I had to correct someone. And one day I was oh my God, I was knee deep because the profession in the military, it was male domineering. So that time I was knee deep in something and I just went off. My accent came out and it went off. And then in the end, I said, let me tell you something right here. Let me tell you something right here. If you do not take this as a growth, we have a problem. Okay. And today, that person have strived in the military. I'm super proud of him. So I'm telling you, when you give someone something that is to improve and they do not run with it and improve, but just sit there and sulk, that's a problem. That's a problem. So, a good morning, Mr. Glenn. Good morning. Thank you, Sister Yulin. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So now we got to move on to my last week's show. My last week's show, I had Brother George with me. And in that show, he preached about love. I mean, you cannot not always talk about love. You just can't. You because everything starts with enough. When I look in the mirror, I am no way conceited. Okay, I am not the conceited person. But when I look in the mirror and I see me, I'm saying, Hermie, you got it, girl. There was a time you didn't. There was a time you didn't see your reflection in the mirror because of what you were going through. But guess what? You got it. You got it. So when George said that, we have to start with us. It start with us. If each person start doing the right thing, the world will be such a wonderful place. And on this earth right here, nothing belongs to us because you come in the world screaming naked, and guess what? You're gonna leave this world with nothing in that coffin but you. All the expensive thing you have with you, nothing going with you, just you, just you, just you. So when Brother George said those things, this world, whatever is in this world, don't belong to you. Don't belong to you. All that belongs to you is that love that you have in you to spread to the world. So let's just spread the word. Just spread it. Let's just spread it. So now, moving on to today's discussion. Whew. I told a friend last night, I wish that I had known these things. I wish I had known these things when I was going through my breakup. Because some of the things that I read, where I said, you know what? Wow. If I had this when I was going through my breakup, I would not have stayed so long in my breakup. So now moving along. What do we? Okay, so 20 lessons learned after a breakup. 20 lessons learned after a breakup. Number one, the big one. We always start with number one. So let's talk about this one. Life does not end after breaking up. You know, in the position that I was in the position that I was in, I did. Once I had my breakup, it's not that I was suicidal. I was not suicidal, but I just didn't want to do the things that I did anymore. Mattered to me did not matter to me anymore. It's like nothing mattered. It's like I was just there. I was just ugh, I was just there. So life does not end when that breakup ends. It does not. And like I said, reading it years later is like, wow, wow. So yes, so that's number one. Life does not end after that breakup. Don't expect your partner to change. It's amazing that in a relationship, that's the key thing. One or the other expecting one to change. And when it's like, it's a given. It's a given that a person cannot change a person. A person can talk to a person to open a door so they could see something in a different perspective. And it's up to that other person to say, you know what, I get it. Okay, I get it. But the person is not making that person change. The person is opening that person's mind, opening that person's mind to say, you know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. Let's talk about it. So in a relationship, we tend to want to change that person, and that's not our job to do that. It's not our job to change the person. It is our job to enlighten that person. It is our job to how we talk to that person. Now that's our job to do that. Now I'm saying it. Okay, that is. But as to say, you know what, expect to change that person, no, it's not. That's not it at all. You cannot change enough to make another person happy. What that means is, when you're in a relationship and the person want to change just to suit that relationship, just to bend to it, going against their belief, going against their values, just to fit in, then that's double whammy, double whammy. When you want to conform to something that's not of you, when you want to become something that you're not, when you look in the mirror, you don't see your reflection. Wait a minute, that's not me. You know, that's not me. I can't be doing that. That's not me. So just remember that you cannot go down that rabbit hole, because it's not a very good rabbit hole to go down to. This was a big one. This was a big one. There is no, I'm speaking for me now, okay? I'm speaking for me. In a relationship, there is no 60-40. There is no 80-20. There's 100%. It's always 100%. Because when you give that 100%, you expect 100% back. It's not no 50-50 love. Back in the 70s, or when Teddy Pendergrass sing that song about the percentage of the love. No. For me, okay, this is for me. It's 100%. And loving yourself, you have to love yourself 100%. Can't love yourself 10%. You got to love yourself 100%. Because if you cannot love yourself, you can't love somebody else. So you have to keep that 100% for yourself. Don't lose your value. Don't lose your worth. You know, in my relationship, yes, I felt unworthy. Yes, yes, I felt. Yes. So, because Hermie did not love herself 100%. Hermie was just there. So, have to keep that 100% love for yourself. You have to. It's no if, ands about it. You have got to keep that 100% love for yourself. This is a tricky one. Okay. When I say tricky because of suspicious, whenever you get a gut in your feeling, whenever you get that gut feeling that something is wrong, speak out. Speak out. When you feel that gut, your stomach is just in knot and tied up, and your heart is racing for something that don't feel right, don't sit there and say, you know what? Oh, it will get better. Oh, it will change. No, 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 no. Once that feeling of suspicion is in the pot, guess what? Talk about it. Say something about it. When stuff festers in a relationship that should be talked about, it creates chaos, drama, lost time together, because you might go in a corner, not say anything, and faking the funk, not enjoying yourself, just you just there. You just there. So when that suspicious feelings come into play, say something about it. There are times when they say, you know what, I think that person is being unfaithful. It's a touchy subject to bring up. Unfaithful. When you bring up unfaithful, it's a touchy subject to bring up, but it needs to be brought up. Because if you feel that, guess what, my partner is not being faithful to me, hey, I want to know, and just want to know. That suspicious feeling not gonna go away. It's just gonna grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, and then what happens? There's gonna be more that's gonna talk about it, which is the next one right here, which is this one, walking on eggshells. You hear this thing about, oh, the elephant in the room. Oh, the elephant is in the room. There's such, you could hear a pin drop because there's dead silent. Just that silent that you want to say it, but fear comes in. Nope, I won't say it because I might just lose that security. No, I ain't gonna say nothing. I just keep it there. Just walking on eggshell. Just scared something is gonna happen if you say something. No, 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 no. Walking on eggshell does not make a smooth path to an everlasting love. It does not. It just creates more chaos and disbelief and disorientation and just a whole lot of nothing. So walking on eggshells in my household will not happen ever again in my lifetime. Never will I do that in my lifetime. Walk on eggshells in my home. Life is too short to be unhappy in a relationship. Life is too short to be happy, to be unhappy in a relationship. It's too short. You know, we don't know the hour. We don't know the hour that we're gonna. We don't. Could be like that. I could walk outside and say I'm gonna go get the mail, and some car speeding down the street and just say, you know what? Oh, and just hit me. So we don't know. We do not know the hour. So if we do not know the hour when we are gonna leave this earth, we are to live right. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But once you keep trusting God, and if you're not a believer, if you are not a believer, I'm not preaching. I'm not preaching. But if you are not a believer, I just hope and pray that something is going to let you see, you know what? Life is too short to be unhappy. There is too much, too much. There is just too much. So it's too short. So don't be in an unhappy relationship for long. It's not worth it. You know what could happen? You age. And if you are a compulsive eater, you might become an emotional compulsive eater when you're in an unhappy relationship. So living in an unhappy relationship, there's a lot of reasons why people stay in an unhappy relationship. And the big one is the fear of being alone. That's the biggest one. The fear of being alone. But there is no fear in being alone. I'm going to say this right now. When I thought that I was going to be alone, you know what? I said, man, I'm going to be alone. But you know what? Sister Glories, Sister is on fire. I am on fire because I know where my happiness lies. I know my happiness lies within me. Like I said, 100%, 100%, 100% in me. So somebody could add to that, or I could give them the authority to suck the life out of me, which I will not do that, but I will let them add to my life. The minute I see somebody trying to be a little vampire, I say, "Oh, time out! No, no, not today. Not today. So life is too short to stay in on a happy relationship. It is not your job to fix that person. It's not the job. It's not the job. It's not your job to fix anybody. You just gotta fix ish right here. Just gotta work on you. All you could do with another person is just talk with them. Just open their mind to whatever you want to open their mind to. But she's not your job to fix. No, no, it's not. It's not. It's just your job to fix you and their job to fix them. And if they fix each other, it's like having a relationship. I'm a firm believer. No one should go in a relationship broken. If you are broken, you should heal first. You should make sure you are healed before you go into a relationship with someone. Because you could bring baggage into relationship. What is what baggage you're bringing? The negative baggage, you could keep that. You could keep that. That should not go. You should heal that negativity before you go into a relationship. You should heal it. That's why it's so thing that when they start what that AA meetings, they tell them, don't come in here and have romantic entanglement because it's not healthy. It is not healthy. Just because the relationship failed does not mean you're a failure. Oh my God. I'm telling you, that one was me. That was me. Straight up. Like I said, if I had this when I had my break, I would have not stayed long healing from my breakup because I felt like a flap. I felt zip. I felt unworthy. The first thing I think I said was, well, if that person doesn't want me, well, guess what? Nobody else wants me. That was my thought process. That if that one don't want me, well, who wants me? Nobody. But that was a bad thing. That was a very, very bad thing to say. So it does not. So a failed relationship does not define you. Okay. A failed relationship does not define you. You know, I said a rejection is a redirection. When you get rejected, open the door to something new. You don't have to jump right into another relationship. You get rejected, look within yourself and see what you all about. That's what I had to do. I had to look at myself and see my flaws and my assets. Sometimes your flaw might attract somebody else. You never know. You might not. You might say it's a flaw, but to them, you know what? That's not a flaw. It might be a stepping stone to something greater. So never allow a failed relationship to define you as a failure, because the relationship and you are two different things. It's a relationship and a person. The person is a survivor. The person is golden. The person is love. The person is a gem. The person is a child of God. So they're not a failure. So I had to get over that myself. So that's one thing that I had to get through my head, that I was not a failure. Yes, my relationship failed, but Hermie is not a failure. Okay, that's a good one. If you have a basket, okay, if you have a basket, and every time you got to keep filling it up, filling it up, filling it up, and it's not being balanced out, what that mean? I mean that's like, duh. I mean, what I mean, I'm putting steady putting and nothing. So no, 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 no. If you steady putting in and it's steady slipping away, no, it's supposed to grow. Relationship grows, it gets better, it gets stronger after that foundation is built. Because without that foundation, you can't build. Okay, so first you got to build that foundation and then just start filling your bucket up. Yes, something gonna get away, but guess what? You're gonna keep the love in there and it's gonna still full up because it's not getting away from you. So we have to remember that if we feel that we're in a relationship and we're putting in and it's slipping away, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like trying to swim upstream. I can't swim. Okay. I cannot swim. So imagine me trying to swim upstream. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. So, yes. So the love is coming in and the love is leaving. Guess what? It's time to reevaluate. It's time to reevaluate. Something needs a lot of evaluation. Don't fight when either of you are drunk. When you are drunk, it is no time to fight. No time. When you're drunk, words comes out of that mouth that you did not think you say. And that other person might not be drunk. So when you are drunk, no. That's why when I was in the military, when I taught a sexual harassment class, I would always say this thing to them: drink to enjoy and remember. When you cannot have a drink to just enjoy and you just want to drink to get drunk, there's a problem. Okay, there's a problem. So there is drinking and there is slushing. Okay. You want to be a social drinker where you say, what? I just want to have one glass of wine. I want to have two beers. I want to have one um, Mai Tai, just one. Just to sip on it and just to enjoy it. But when you want to drink, 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 when you get up and you realize you can't even stand up, and then you want to pick a fight because the food burned or something happened in the house or whatever, the house wasn't clean or whatever, I don't know. Whatever the fight is about, I must say I've never experienced that one. That one is never in my household for fighting when drunk. This one did not happen to me because that no. I mean, when you're drunk, you go to sleep. You shouldn't have gotten drunk in the first place. Okay, you shouldn't have gotten drunk in the first place. But if you did get drunk, you need to go to sleep. You need to say, you know what? I'm just gonna go to sleep on that one. Learning what you don't want will help you know what you do want. I needed that one. I know that one now. Because when you know what you want, guess what? You're gonna go after it. You protect it. You're gonna cherish it. You know that's what you want. You know it. You know it. You are not going to do anything to mess that up because that's what you want and that's what you're going to work to. And there is no crooked ways there. No, because you know what? I want this. I want this. So I have to be straight on with this because this is what I want. So know what you want and you don't want because that will be a key in building that foundation. That would that key in building that foundation. You meet someone, you in love with them, but they're not in love with you. And here you are trying to make them fall in love with you. Ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Patience. If you and it's so important when you meet someone, right? Even though you know that this is the person that you want romantically, be friends. Be friends. Because the minute time you try to jump into the romantic part and you miss that friendship stage, there might be a little bit of drama. There might be a little bit of drama. So don't make somebody fall in love with you that's not in love with you. And you know what? My grandmother taught me that they know when you meet somebody, they know. But the fact that sometimes they don't want to hurt somebody's feeling, they might lie and say they in love with you just to not hurt your feelings. And then you're going to say, well, how do you know? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Love is an action. Love is action. Love is action. And remember that suspicious feeling I talked about? If somebody said they love with you, it's gonna and they are not, oh, there will be signs. There will be signs. But there you put the blindfolds on, and you know what? But he said it, but she said it. Oh, really? Do they show it? Do they show it? That's what you gotta go with. Because love is action. Love is not a feeling, love is action. Okay. And I'm gonna leave that one right there. Know them by the deeds, not the words. See that? See how that correlates with that one before? Know them by their deeds. Their deeds, not their words. They could sweet talk you all day. They could sweet talk you all day, all night. But when they come to that action, and even sex right now, sex is action, but it's not love. Okay? I'm saying it right now. Sex is not love. It is not. Okay, I'm saying it. It's not. Even, oh, but he has sex with me and he makes love to me. Really? Really? So because he has sex with you, he loves you. Because she has sex with you, she loves you. No, 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 no. There are other deeds. We have to go other deeds besides sex to talk about love. Even, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. A simple good morning, a simple smile, a simple touch of the nose, a simple note, a simply just because phone call when you was not even expecting that phone call. Is the little things you do sometimes that you're not expecting that will amaze you. So look at their deeds and let their words fall to the wayside. I'm being real. It's their deeds. You got to go with the deeds. You got to go with the deeds. Own your faults. It, like I said, if I got the flaws, I got all of that. Own it. Own it. If the flaws and the faults is something that you can work on and you could fix, fix you. Fix you. If somebody tells you something about you that you are doing and you say, well, I don't think I'm doing that, sit down and figure it out. Because if you don't own your faults, you are not true to yourself. And above all else, one has to be true to themselves. Above everything else, you have to own your mistakes. You have to own it. You just can't say, you know what, whatever. Own it. Own it. Be cautious before committing into a shared responsibility. Before you take that big plunge to say buy a house together, buy a car together, even and then sometimes they'll buy a house without even getting married. Really? Yes. So before that big shared responsibility, be cautious, be mindful, cross your T's and dot your I's. Make sure you're doing it for the right reason and not the wrong reason. Not because you want to run away from something or run to something. Just do it for the right reasons and it's going to be super, super beneficial. Never be financially dependent. Let's say you're in that relationship with that person and that person was the breadwinner and oops, relationship end. Now what do? I am not saying in you're in a relationship you can't combine your funds. I would never say not to combine your funds. Not you will never hear me say that because I myself say when you're in a marriage, I didn't say relationship. You heard I use the word marriage. Okay, that's what I said. I didn't say relationship. When you're in a marriage, I say have a joint account and each have individual account. Okay, you have to have a joint and each have own account. Marriage, not dating. Oh, we dating for 4, 5 months. Oh, let's open up an account together. I wish you would. No, no. My husband, yes. Somebody who I'm getting, no, 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 no. There is just certain things that you have to do at the right stage in life, and that is a stage in life is when you are married, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking for the world. I'm speaking for Hermie, and Hermie says when you want to be financially dependent on someone, you have to really rethink that. And I know there's housewives that are because that's their job. They are housewives, so therefore they are financially on the husband. That's when that conversation have to come into play as finance. Because I'm telling you, a housewife is a tough job. I'm telling you. A housewife is a tough job. And the husband have to see that being a housewife is not an easy job. It's not a 9 to 5. That's the thing about it. It's not a 9 to 5. It's not an 8 to 4 job. Being a housewife is 24/7 job. So guess what? She needs to have her own income, even though you have a joint income. That husband needs to say, you know what, baby, this is for you. Baby, this is for you. Baby, you are working the big job. You are taking care of the house. You're taking care of the children. So guess what? This is for you. So being a housewife does not mean you can't have your own account. I'm saying that. Yes, 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 yes. Being a housewife does not mean you cannot have your same own bank account. I think I'm gonna get some backlash for that one, but I'm gonna say yes. Being a housewife does not mean that you cannot have your own bank account. I don't know how much backlash I'm gonna get for that one, but it's the truth. Housewife is a tough, 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 tough job. Always be willing to discuss your problem and don't get defensive. I said that before, right? I have to sit and listen. You have to listen and don't get defensive because then you can't fix your problem. Your problem won't get fixed because you're so stuck in your own, you know what, you don't want to listen and you just want to say, you know what, it's my way or the highway. Well, guess what? There's the door. There is that door. Listen, just sit and listen, talk, don't fight, don't argue. And the R word has to be in there, respect. Respect, respect, respect. I can't say that enough. Respect, respect, respect. Whew. That's see how I got it to just climb and just go right into each other. If you want to talk to me and you want to shout and snap at me, guess what you're gonna get? Zip. I'm gonna zip my mouth. I'm not saying diddly nothing. If you can have a quiet conversation with me about something and you just want to sit there and shout and snap at me, you know what you're going to get? This. I'm singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. Do what, do what, do what? No, out, no, 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 no. You cannot get anything from somebody who wants to just shout or snap at you. This will not be this is double problem right now. No, why are you shouting? I'm right here. Why are you snapping? I'm right here. I mean, we are two adults. Let's just oops, 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 oops. Okay, okay, good. I forgot to charge the battery. Okay, I'm sorry about that. But yes, thank God for warning. Boy, I tell you, if that didn't warn me, I would not have plugged that up. So yes, so no snapping, no shouting, and let everything flow. My scripture related to that: forgive, forgive, forgive. You have to forgive the person and you have to forgive yourself. Forgive the person and you have to forgive yourself. You have to do those. You have to forgive you and you forgive yourself wholeheartedly, not just with tongue action, but with your heart. I have said forgive just to say the word and don't mean it, and it just was spiteful and vindictive of me, and I know that, and it was wrong of me to do that, and yes, it was. So guess what? No, you have to forgive with your heart. You have to be sincere about forgiveness. You don't play with forgiveness. You because when you say the word "I forgive you" and "I forgive myself," those words you don't play with it. I played with it, but now no more. No, no time for playing it anymore. Okay, so now let's go to the comments, see what we got going on now. Let's see what we have going on with the comments. Okay, let's see what's happening with the comments. What I have learned and noticed about you, Hermes, is that every day is in knowing that you adapt to how you're taking a step back to move forward is important. Very right. Very right. This very true. Very true indeed. Good morning, Nicole. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Evelyn. Thank you for joining me. And Sister Yolene, as usual, you are a light, and I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you. I thank you, and I thank you. Well, I'm saying this has been a bittersweet moment because it is going into my one before last, and I'm telling you, I am not feeling that. I'm not feeling it at all because I'm really getting to enjoy my tea and talk with Hermie, but it's coming to an end. And I'm telling you, it's been a journey. It's been a wonderful journey. So remember, in a breakup, when you break up from someone, forgive. Okay, forgive. And learn lessons from the breakup. And don't feel like a failure, because you are not a failure. The relationship failed, not you. You are a child of God. Regardless if you're a believer, you know what, I'm gonna get in trouble for that. God, you were created by God, because it's not you God creation. You are God creation. Okay, you are God creation. So guess what? You're not a failure. No. Okay. So again, Facebook family, thank you for joining me and Tea and Talk with Hermie. Next week is my season finale. It's going to be the last one. And oh, this has been wonderful. So thank you again. And you have an awesome, awesome Wednesday. And I'll say peace. Bye.